Hey there, fellow art lovers and fans of all things painted. Welcome back to my regular viewers, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm Cal, and it's great to have you here. It's the 29th day of Spooky Month, and today's theme is transformation. So what do you think of when you hear the words Halloween and transformation? If you answered werewolf, then ding ding ding, we have a winner! As we're painting a transformation sequence, one image just won't cut it, so we're going to have 3. I began sketching out the first one where Cal is taking notice of the claws starting to grow from her fingertips. Her hair's also beginning to grow out. In the second picture, we're focusing in on just her head, on the sharp fangs, the snout lengthening, and the eyes glowing, having lost their humanity. And the third one. The transformation is complete and a howl at the moon is probably not far off. I had to resize the canvas a few times to accommodate all 3 poses comfortably. I used a pose reference for the first sketch but did the other 2 off the cuff. For this one I decided to go in more detailed in a lineless style. I began with the head shot using a textured brush to paint in the skin. Then I went in and painted in the fur. This took a couple of attempts and experimenting with a few different brushes before I got it looking how I wanted. I wanted detail, but without getting bogged down in it for hours at a time. This took around 3.5 hours, which is a nice medium here. Once I had the fur blocked in, it was time for shading. Here I was finishing one pose before moving on to the next. I wanted to get some deep wrinkles on the snout and around the mouth as they are getting contorted by the transformation. This is likely not a positive experience for Cal. I used color dodge for the hair, which gave it a nice sheen. I also made sure to add individual strands to any bodies of hair or fur to add in more detail. Now on to the second one. I didn't go in quite as detailed on this one as this isn't a close-up shot, but still more detailed than other pieces I've done in the past. Werewolves generally only have exposed skin on their palms, the undersides of their feet and their face, and I kept to that here for Cal, but also on the lower half of her tail, which she has in her non-werewolf form, just fluffier here. You've got the traditional torn clothes seen in most werewolf transformations, and once I added the shading, using masks like normal to section off bits to shade, I went in and added individual hair strands on any of the fur that stands out. And finally the last pose, using much the same techniques as in the first 2. In this one, it's quite near the start of the transformation, so the clothes are just starting to tear, and the shoes have also suffered some damage. Never wear expensive clothing on a full moon, no designer stuff. After adding in the claws, I began shading. In this one, the eyes are hidden from view as the hair is starting to grow out, and I think it adds a nice effect. If you can't see the eyes, it's harder to tell what the character is thinking. I added in plenty of folds to the jeans and top, some rips along the seams, and finally it was time to consider the background. I added in drop shadows to the 2 full body poses to anchor them in place and blocked in the background, trying out a few colours and gradients before settling on one I liked. And we're done. As I've mentioned before, werewolves are one of my favourite supernatural creatures, and it was fun working on a few different poses here. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed what you just watched, please be sure to leave the video a like and subscribe and ring the bell to see more content. If you want to support my art, you can find a link to my Ko-fi in the description. And if you want to get straight into some more art, you can go and watch this video for my latest content. Or this one for something random.